Look at my
Hey.
record.
Yo, I can look at it now.
If I find
What do you want me to look at?
but
Look up state ID 4061.
Okay, yeah, I see that guy. Oh. Is that felonies? What's going on here? Why does he have felonies?
1 second.
squeeze by you real quick.
True. Very true. Wait, what?
He's got assault.
Okay,
battery. That's a felony. He should be impeached.
Is that okay? Do you notice anything else?
He's got 2 weapons licenses.
Yeah.
What else? He doesn't have any
Akimbo.
property. Hang on, conspiracy. I don't know. What am I looking at here? Tell me. Just fill me in, okay? I don't know.
It's a very interesting portrait right there.
Oh, right. Yeah, it looks like one of the finger paintings they probably did when they were looking for the criminal, I guess.
And now I want you to go ahead and take a look at, click the legislation tab.
Okay.
And then click the third piece of legislation that you see in there.
The speed limits? Or from the top?
No, the 6521 from the top. 6521.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see the Anti-Mime Act.
Go ahead and just kind of read that.
Oh. Wait, you think he's a mime?
No, I don't think he's very fond of them.
Oh, I was reading this the wrong way. I thought you meant he was a mime because he looks like one. But this looks like it's a very vile abuse of power.
Yeah, one could say.
Say what? Sorry.
Yeah, one could definitely say so. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I've already looked through all this shit, and I mean, the fact that he's impeachable right now, I didn't realize he had fucking felonies. I don't understand.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I noticed.
Everybody in the council, I guess, would be capable of impeaching him, but they haven't impeached him, so I'm confused on what's going on here.
I'll give you a little bit of something. I lost access to some legal shit.
Okay.
And I got it through here. Actually, I'm going to send you the sec. Okay, I'm going to send it to you afterwards. It's like the FOIA Act. You'll probably find that interesting. But nonetheless, this guy named Roman, lawyer, apparently they've been the only laws that have been passed by the head of bar has been laws that give them more money, fund a concert, and has done absolutely nothing for any of the lawyers in the city who are having a very tough time being able to pass anything. Furthermore, he went on to say that the council is attempting to pass a law that requires a majority vote in order to impeach anybody. The only way to impeach someone is if a member of the council is looking to impeach. In other words, if you have total power over the council, you cannot get impeached. So you and I apparently cannot impeach them.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. I think, yeah, listen. Is that meant to be something that's coming out, did you say, or it's already out?
That is apparently has been proposed, question mark, per the last, I guess they publicize this shit, but apparently it's been pushed forward. Roman would have more in regards to that.
I just wonder if, like, the other legislation and constitution would imply that they're failing in their roles at that point, though, since, Their oath in itself says that they shouldn't be doing anything that is, crazy like that. So,
and that in turn requires the governing body that oversees them, which I believe is the state, if I read that properly before.
I mean, listen, no in America, they're probably, wanting to have a war somewhere and blow something up and, get a lot of tax write-offs for all the weapons they create and whatnot. So, maybe if we just write to the feds and say, listen, this guy's corrupt, look at this, and maybe they'll just send in the troops. I've heard it works in other places.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the United States really gives a shit.
Here. Oh, well, yeah.
There is oil. Right. Yeah, there's the oil field, but
two oil
I see
fields.
what you're cooking.
Right, what?
Wait, there is two. You're right.
Yeah, just think if they dug elsewhere. I ain't seen. No, there's three. There's one over in the middle of Sandy too. There's a few pipes there. In fact, it might be filled with fucking oil. Holy shit. Anyways.
Never know. Where there's oil, there's war.
Yeah, let me look at I swear somewhere in the council bullshit, the oath is there. Let me have a look real quick. Yeah. The oath is at the start of the wait, is it this one? Am I dumb? Maybe it's the second council fucking legislation. Oh yeah, the expectation of the city council and its members. It's the fourth part of legislation from the bottom up. If you read that, it pretty much implies that you must be working with honesty, integrity, maintaining a fair and consistent line of communication, performing my responsibilities effectively, rah. So, I mean, it also says, I take this position with clear conscience in full support of the great state of San Andreas, and I affirm I have not been formally impeached or removed from a similar position of government trust. Let me see. It also says, I affirm that I have a clean criminal record bearing no felonies of any kind. I have no formal allegiance to any other governments, agencies, and/or interest groups which could prevent me from acting in my best interest in the city of Los Santos. Agencies would be a police department. So everybody here that is joined the police, which is a few of them, breaking their oath, and I believe should be impeached either way from that. I mean, what happens here is I think the best bet is you don't go for impeachment. You go for one of the other charges, treason or something else that implies state distrust, and that's the way you would do it, because then they'd be a felon, and then they'd get fucked in the ass, and they'd just sort of screw themselves. So.
I could have sworn I read somewhere here. I got to look through it. I have read a lot of documents now. I could have sworn I read something here that only members of the council can put people up for impeachment. Maybe I missed something. I could have sworn I read that here.
Yes, you did say so. It also says, I have reviewed the articles of impeachment listed within Los Santos Constitution, and I am aware that any violation of one or more of those articles will also lead to my dismissal. Not may lead to my dismissal, will lead to my dismissal. So it says that they have to do it. So if they don't do it, then it's treason. It's just treason. That's what it is. Anyone who votes against it would be deemed a fucking terrorist of the state at that point.
Well, who puts that forward then?
I mean, if we press charges as the people, we just need a lawyer to prosecute them. They can't stop it. I
think you might be right about that. I don't know if there's any laws around like special prosecutors, but you might be able to just say you're coming in as a special prosecutor and then let the judge kind of make that decision from there.
Well, I mean, it doesn't say it has to. I mean, if it's, I haven't looked how you even put a docket up, but I mean, yesterday these guys put a docket up without the evidence or the PC, and it still got accepted with a trial date. So I don't think there's got to be many complications getting a trial happening if you have a lawyer. Yes, I haven't had a chance to post any of my defense or depose anybody either in a hot charge.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, it's interesting.
Enjoy with the felony thing. Like I said, I'm going to be there tomorrow. If you need anything, feel free to ask.
Yeah, will do. I'm sure bouncing some shit off you in the morning would probably be a good thing to do. So, I'll chat with you and Robin, I guess, when he's around.
Easy.
I don't know if you've run
brother.
into him, by the way, but he seems good at what he does. He's a thinker. So, if you get the chance,
Robin?
you should. Yeah, I believe he might have been. I'm not sure who he's helped, but yeah, he seems pretty good. He's willing to read things.
Okay.
It's crazy. Not many people read.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the basis of law, right?
Yep, apparently. Okay. Well, either way, appreciate it. I'll chat to you tomorrow if you're there. If not, I probably won't be there either for long, so it don't matter.
Easy.
Okay.
All right. You take care now.
Later.
Bye.
Goodbye. Where does it say anything about have a correct submission of documentation and summary of the request? It just means I need a correct submission. It doesn't say I need to be a lawyer. No individual under this state should be held until trial unless there is probable cause under the penal code. So does that mean if I just go and make a case?
Hey, what's going on, boy?
Hey, pal.
Yeah,
You got some of that that new deodorant on? You smell good.
Oh, yeah, that's my balls. That's probably just wiping under my armpit, dry off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know that feeling. I get it under my belly flap.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just stick your hand in there and smell once in a while. See how you doing.
If you don't smell pruny, you ain't a man.
It's that musk, you know what I mean? You familiar. Who the hell are you at anyway?
My name's Koil Soze. Have we met?
What the fuck happened to you? What the fuck happened to you?
It's a long story, but I was away for 5 years.
Yeah, what we all?
Eating alien goo and shooting aliens, stuck in the upside down. That's as long, it was
So you were on
somehow less
drugs.
torturous than this. No.
So
You don't
drug
remember
bender.
the purple vents that came from the ground like 5 or 6 years ago?
Oh, shit, I do remember that.
Yeah, well, my dumbass decided to crawl in one with a rifle and see how many I could kill. And well, apparently when you guys killed the big guy, they closed, and I was stuck in there for that long. So.
Oh, man, you in an alien butthole for 5 years, huh?
Yep, I ate alien goo. I'm surprised I haven't changed color or something, but apparently they're pretty nutritious.
Where'd your damn trooper? Did you run the whole damn thing?
I can't remember. I think I got fired. I can't quite remember. It was a long time ago.
Who the fuck fired your ass? I thought you were on top.
Well, I mean,
Well,
it's
they
the
did have
state.
the collapse, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the feds and shit like that. I don't know. They've said it was all collapsed and the governments were gone. So, hey,
Well, congratulations, you had the bullshit.
you were well. I mean, not really. It appears. I mean, even more bullshit than I was before. You ever been detained or arrested outside of Los Santos?
No.
Are you Gomer?
Hey, what's up, Marlo?
Hey, what up?
Detained or arrested outside of Los St. No, I haven't.
Even pulled over, cited, anything?
Yeah, I have been.
You've been pulled over.
I've been pulled over before, yeah, absolutely.
That would
What
be.
you mean
I
outside of
believe,
Los Santos?
Well, Los Santos, Los Santos is the city, right?
So you talking about like
Anywhere,
Sandy and Polito?
just outside of Los Santos, anywhere.
Well, where's the city limits, I guess?
Well, I mean, it'd be where the
I didn't know if
fucking
you meant-
grass starts, when the highways start out of the city.
I didn't know
believe
if
that's
you
where
meant
it would
off
be.
a plane outside of Los Santos or just outside the city, like region there.
Yeah, well, I mean, the city's Los Santos, the state is San Andreas, or territory, whatever they call it now. So
Okay.
anywhere out of, I assume, the city would not be Los Santos at that point.
Yeah, well then no. At that point, no. Not really. Nobody really does shit outside the fucking city.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, I actually got detained by Sheriff Bones out there. So apparently I've committed treason because I believed that he had no jurisdiction in a place that wasn't Los Santos like the Constitution says, but he thought
Wait, it
otherwise.
says that?
Mm-hmm. Look at the top of the Constitution. Two bodies possess initial legislative authority in Los Santos: the sitting city council rolls and the justice of Los Santos. I mean, listen, if everything's based off the Constitution, which is based from the government, then yeah, I mean, it looks like
You
only
want a
Los
bigger
Santos.
mindfuck?
No, maybe. You know what? Sure, but I'm probably already close to ripping my hair out, so.
So we in our Constitution, we don't have a right to counsel or a right to, like the Fifth Amendment and the Sixth
trial.
Amendment.
Yeah.
Well, more so a counsel, like having a lawyer. Like when the cops arrest you, they say you got a right to remain silent and you got a right to an attorney. But we don't actually have those rights in our Constitution. We recognize Miranda versus Arizona, but all Miranda versus Arizona does is say cops have to remind people who they are arresting that they have constitutional rights.
Well, so
we don't have
all
those
this
constitutional
time,
rights.
they've been telling us the wrong constitutional rights.
They're saying you have the right to remain silent and the right to an attorney, but that's not in our Constitution.
We don't have that right then.
No, we don't.
Oh man.
So
At
they
any
lied
point,
to
they
us.
could just at any point they could just not give us an attorney, and
That's going to be
also
handy
just-
tomorrow, actually.
yeah.
You know, the expert witness is Miss Thoroughbred, and she's apparently an expert witness at writing legislation. So the few loopholes I've seen here, considering that her oath says she shouldn't be in a part of another agency, but she joined the police force, which is an agency, says she doesn't understand it. So I don't understand why she'd be an expert witness.
I mean, yeah, all they do is write shit that contradicts everything. Like their Bill of Human
Yeah.
Privileges says that you have the right, after it says it's privileges, it says you have the right to free speech and the government cannot take it away. And then at the bottom it says, unless they choose to take it away.
The government, though? Who's the fuck's everybody's in the government. That means a police officer can take my fucking right away because apparently they're a part of the government. No, they're a government entity.
What I find funny is the council can give themselves more power than they vote on it themselves.
Yeah, there's no checks and balances.
Well, that's
There
the
ain't-
problem. They're fucking stupid because they could have given themselves power all over San Andreas, but they only gave themselves power in the city of Los Santos for some reason. The Constitution's driven from the state, which gives them authority to do whatever the fuck they want, but they just didn't, define their jurisdictions because I guess they're experts.
Sounds like we need a senator.
I don't know if that would have helped, to be honest.
Didn't the last one become a president?
I've got no idea.
Trying to find a free speech thing. Unless they fucking took it out. No, all citizens of Los Santos are entitled to freedom of speech without censorship by the government. And then at the bottom it says, furthermore, as of each of these privileges within the Bill of Human Privileges are intended to represent the well-being. Wait, where is it?
Shit. It says in the dress regulation for industry professionals that all employees of registered government entities must wear the designated uniform or work attire during their working hours. There's absolutely no shot that the police department are allowed to wear goofy ass hats and shit, right?
No.
Oh man,
Don't get started on the hair colors.
these guys are breaking their own regulations. Okay. Tow truck drivers wearing Crocs and mankini, which are unsuitable for outdoor and mechanic work. It says Crocs and mankini, so technically I could just wear the Crocs, right? Because I'm wearing flip flops, but no mankini.
Or the
It says
mankini.
and, not or.
Yeah, one of the two.
Okay, well that's fine. I guess I can slip in with the Crocs and that's it.
See, the thing is, they call themselves a city council too.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, just the city.
They just didn't have the willpower between all 8 to 10 of them to think maybe we should put our jurisdiction further out in the counties when they had the power to do it. I don't know, man. Like, listen, what can I say?
Have you seen the fucking mime shit yet?
Yeah, that's fucked up. Well, listen, they should do the same with clowns. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But it actually, like, saying it is one thing and writing it into a fucking legislation is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a municipal government? What does that mean?
I believe it's just one created under another government, is it not? I'm not sure exactly.
No. It still says of Los Santos. So, I mean, it's still city shit.
Yeah, I think it literally means like.
It just means of an area.
Municipality, yeah, like it's the city.
I mean, even still, if they're to claim that the city has a county and they haven't said where the county is, and majority of the people would think that the county would just be the city limits, then that's still not going to be anybody else's fault but theirs. It just needs to be written.
So you're saying I could run for mayor of Sandy Shores?
No, I don't think so. You'd have to get permission from the state. These guys have the permission. They just don't have the brains to write the laws for it. So you would still need their permission technically. Otherwise, you would be marked as a... You could say you're the mayor out there and nobody could necessarily do anything about it because there's no jurisdiction for them to enforce law out there. But if you came into the city and said you're the mayor out there and they thought different, they'd probably just arrest you and say terrorism or some shit.
So wait, they're trying to push terrorism on you. Is that what you said?
No,
well, I think it would just be impersonation of a government employee, right?
No, it'd be treason because you're implying this. That's what they're doing to me. I wrote on the wall that I was an overseer or something, fucking with Bones out there, and he decided to put me in jail on a treason charge.
Engages or incites others to participate in rebellion or insurrection.
Treason.
Yeah, treason. I apparently tried to take from the state by telling them that the laws didn't pass all the way out to the rest of the state yet. So I don't know. By saying that the state needs help and showing them that the state needed help, that was apparently going against the state and trying to take their land.
Well, I mean, I think you got a case.
Yeah.
Honestly, you got a civil rights violation in a way.
I mean, it says all citizens of Los Santos. All citizens of Los Santos. Everything just says Los Santos, Los Santos, Los Santos, Los Santos. Nothing else. Absolutely nothing.
I can just kill Bones and you never have to deal with him.
Honestly, him being there is good because he's dumb as fuck, so it's a lot easier to get off the charges.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're going to make himself look like a fool.
Well, I don't think he's doing much of the talking because even on the report, I believe Miss Thoroughbred was the one that wrote it also. The crazy shit is, I think there might be a conflict of interest considering she's doing something that is deemed to be against the state by me while being a part of the state, but also a part of the PD. So it's,
yep.
A little strange.
Yeah, it don't make sense. It's a whole mess. This is a fucking mess.
Free mobile telecommunication services are provided by the state to all people in and about Los Santos. I mean, if the jail's in Los Santos and we don't get phones there, they're violating our rights again. That's insane. Each of these stated rights may not infringe upon the rights of others guaranteed by legislation or directly conflict with statutes found in the penal code.
Now, would holding be considered jail?
I mean, it's yeah, I guess so. It just means you
Then they
should
have to provide a phone in there.
Yeah, always. If you're in Los Santos, you should always have a phone, apparently. So, if they take my phone when I go to jail, wouldn't that indicate also that I'm no longer in Los Santos? I mean, listen, I don't know. Evidence is pointing to what I'm thinking quite a lot.
You gonna run for mayor?
No. I don't think so. I believe, isn't there already a mayor thing happening right now or something?
Yeah, I'm sure. It's just pre-prep, really, when Max is out the fucking picture.
Yeah, well, listen, I don't know if he can get out of the picture because it says he's impeachable already, but nobody's impeached him. Which makes me think everybody in the council should also now be charged for treason because they're the only ones that are apparently able to impeach him, and they haven't.
Trust me, I already tried, and the cops ain't willing to do shit either. So
the cops don't have to. It don't say the police. You can go write a docket. All it says is you need a correct submission. So if you go write up a docket request just like anybody else and write the charges like the lawyers do, there's no reason why they would not accept it. But I'd just wait until the court case tomorrow because there might be written evidence at that point of what has happened rather than, you know, a he say, she say shit. So I'm glad we're going to court because whatever's said here is now going to be in the courtrooms and said openly. So maybe tomorrow, you know, we can do a class action lawsuit. There's a few people that have been implying they wanted to do that, so.
So technically, if you even get arrested outside of the city, it don't apply.
Pulled over, anything. They can't. If they pull you over just to talk to you, that's kidnapping, by their own definition.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. I mean, it's also. I mean, if we can prove that they were using state land, implying it was their jurisdiction when it wasn't, then I mean that's also like treason. So I don't know. Looks like there's going to be quite a shitstorm after this. No matter what.
I can murder people out there. That's kind of cool.
I mean, technically, but they could still arrest you when you came to the city if they saw you murder somebody out there. That just means they wouldn't be able to detain you out there. I believe.
Maybe, yeah. Interesting.
So
you're saying that instead of Dogtown just being Dogtown, the whole rest of the state is Dogtown?
That's what it feels like, yeah. I mean, technically, they can write laws that are enforced by the state, so they could imply law out of there, but if their jurisdiction for the police departments isn't outside of Los Santos, then they can arrest you outside of Los Santos, technically. But, I mean...
Well, I mean, even if they're patrolling out there with a police livery on there, that means they're enforcing the law in a certain way by being present over there.
Exactly.
So technically, that'd be
turn the
illegal.
lights on. They are being a law enforcement officer at that point.
Well, there's identifying as police and having the thing say police on the side.
Well, sure, but that's okay. It's only if you don't enforce the law, you're okay.
Yeah.
Because technically they're still a cop. They're just not they can't enforce it there as well. But as soon as they turn the lights on, that would be impersonating a police
officer,
I believe.
Once it turns to detainment, yeah.
Well, at least that's how I perceive it. I don't know if it's going to work like that, but we'll see.
You represent yourself.
No, I've got a guy called Robin's going to be there, but also Nino Chavez is going to be around, but I don't plan to stick around too long. I plan to just sort of go to the opening thing, have a bit of a statement, and then probably just walk out. Because if they detain me when I walk out, they're violating my rights again, because it doesn't say I have to stay in the courtroom while I'm on bail. It just says I need to go to the courtroom. And if they violate my rights, then it should be a mistrial. And if they don't file the mistrial, then it's treason on their half, because they're forced by the state in their own constitution to file for a mistrial if there's any violation of anybody's rights. And I've already been violated multiple times for extra holds and shit, and I've explained that to them. And if they do that this here as well, then, you know, so be it. Just whether or not anyone's got the balls to do anything about it.
Yeah, there's gonna be challenging the fucking council here, and that's gonna be ain't nobody like to do that because they pussies. Problem is Crane, who's overseeing the case, you know?
I've got no idea who it is. I believe Gatsby might be overseeing it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I mean, they got their dick so far up Crane's ass already. I mean, they're the ones that got the job from, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know how it's going to work. It's going to be interesting either way. I think people have said there was going to be multiple judges. I was trying to get information from the terrorism case, but I can't find any public information, so I don't understand how their case law and stuff works here either. Now that something was already processed, we can't use it as evidence or a basis to work off.
Well, I mean, can't you FOIA? I mean, it is some sort of case law based on the.
Yeah, it takes 5
incident.
days to do that, but apparently 3 days for me to go to trial.
So the are you on parole or no?
I'm not sure. I believe I'm on bail.
It says all individuals who are granted bail and are released from custody pending trial
Well, that's the problem.
shall
It
enter
says,
into recommended parole agreement based on offense.
yeah, I mean,
But
I don't
this
know.
references the Penal Code of San Andreas.
Mhm.
So is the Penal Code we have San Andreas Penal Code?
I have no idea. I mean, even if it is, it doesn't. The penal code doesn't say they have jurisdiction out there. The legislation doesn't either. So.
No, more so to answer Gomer saying that he can just murder out there.
Oh
Technically,
right,
it's the
yeah.
Penal Code of San Andreas, and you
even
still
if
can,
it
but there's just
wasn't,
nobody to enforce it.
You'd still have the federal law either way, and I'm pretty sure you can't murder people
Yeah, true.
at a federal level either. So technically, they'd still be able to arrest you, I believe. At least when you go in the city. I mean, shit, there's one way to find out. You could try it, but I wouldn't suggest it.
Yeah, I'll try it on bone and see what happens.
It does pretty much say that the court can tell you that you do have to listen to the court. So if they tell you to stay, technically, it is written in the parole agreement.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm on parole, though. I don't know how the fuck it works. They just said you're being released from jail. I didn't have no hearing or nothing. The thing
you
is,
just got released. You didn't get bail.
Yeah,
you didn't have like a bail hearing. Oh, okay, never mind.
Somebody gave me a phone, and I was looking through the MDTs and whatnot, and it says in there that if you once the court on a hot charge, once the docket is posted, that if there is no PC or evidence submitted, that you must be released. Yeah, so we filed to get released, but the reality is they still violated my rights. So it should be a mistrial if we file for it, but we want to wait until the trial starts and then we start saying shit like that. So how they've worded it, that if any lawyer or judge that is involved and knows that there's a reason for mistrial, they have to do it. So if they don't do it, then I guess the judge and the prosecutor are also treasonous, because it's a state law written in their constitution, which is from the state. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how mind-fucked everybody gets when they realize their own law is technically against them with what they've done, if they don't do the right thing, I guess.
I still think the city council they should, whenever it comes to the powers they have, That should never be up to them. That should be up to a fucking vote or something by the people, or at least the Fed or somebody, steps in on it.
Yeah. I mean, if
I
they're
think that's the
changing
whole
shit
point
that
of-
affects the council itself, then yeah, I believe it should be
Yeah.
voted on by the people.
Yeah, like we don't vote on bills or nothing like that. We just kind of,
I think the whole thought process is it's the council of elected officials, of people that are voted in. So like that's our voting, is we voted for these people, now they work together to pass shit. That's, I think, their mentality.
Yeah, I mean, but the
Yeah,
oath
Why
is
put it for another vote if you've already voted for these people that you say you trust?
well, their oath too. Like I said, it says they're meant to conduct themselves professionally, honestly, with integrity, and maintain a fair and consistent line of communication. I don't think there's a fair and consistent line if they are giving themselves power without us, knowing of it. Just seems ridiculous, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's their oath, and the oath also says they can be removed as well. So I don't know. I mean, listen, I'm just, if they don't get impeached and they're impeachable, I just say we, as the people or a prosecutor, just needs to file a fucking treason charge, and they get fucked in the ass.
well, they want to, I think this is a whole because of Solomon. They like had a little high school fucking round table. They're like, fuck this guy, let's get him out of here. And then they gave themselves the power to do it. Now they want to get rid of him.
Probably.
Oh, is that what's happening?
Yeah, I think so. Because Solomon was the vice, right? Wasn't he the vice mayor, whatever the fuck you call it?
Deputy mayor, yeah.
Deputy mayor, yeah.
Somebody said something about him having phone calls to the quote-unquote terrorists, and that's why they believe he had done something.
Yeah, let's check up the mayor's logs with the quote terrorists.
I mean, he came up to jail with a gun out and two friends talking to me, being held on a charge in which there's meant to be a due process, and I'm not meant to be intimidated and shit like that. So he's also got his friend that's in the council as a police officer too, which is a break of the oath, and he knows it's there and he's not enforcing it in any way whatsoever. So I don't know. Listen, there's a lot of technicalities that seem off here, but
Yep.
I don't think anyone's going to be willing to do it unless there's an uproar from society.
I think that's where Kay coming in. I'll tell you that. I know he's definitely trying to send a message.
I've gone to the cop twice about two separate people in the council that should have been impeached, but I mean.
Oh yeah, what happened?
The first was out of statute of limitations, but the mayor wanted a loan. I gave him a loan with no interest. He increased Grimes pay, lowered the taxes for cars so he could buy a car at no tax. There's a lot of embezzlement for the first one. And then some other shit happened with Cornwood where he ended up.
I think if they break their oath, it doesn't need the statute of limitations. It's irrelevant. You don't need to charge them, and you just need to prove that they've broken their oath. It doesn't matter when it happened.
What, he bought a car? He dropped the tax to zero and then bought a car?
So he wanted a loan. I gave him a loan. He didn't want to pay interest on the loan. So instead of interest, he increased Grimes' pay so that I'd make money there instead. And then when we went to Mosley's to buy the car, the taxes for cars were then 2% all of a sudden when they weren't that way earlier in the day. And then when the car salesman says like 2%, he like laughed about it. So I mean, pretty obvious that he lowered it. But I mean, what's the actual proof that can be fucking scrounged up nowadays, right? It's just,
well, you look at how
like,
much he was
months and
charged for the
months old
car
now.
and what the sticker price was.
I don't think you can pull records. I don't think our banks are that advanced, unfortunately. Even cops can't pull records of banks.
I'm pretty sure if you subpoenaed the state, there'd be any information you needed. That's what subpoenas are for.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what subpoenas
I've had cops say that that's not possible, so I have no fucking idea.
The cops ain't a judge. The cops are fucking stupid. In case you haven't noticed, you go ask any police officer if they read the Constitution, and they're more than likely going to say no. I mean, either way, like I said, if they break the oath, they're impeachable. Don't matter. Don't matter if it's it don't matter. The fucking 60-day statute of limitations, I think, only applies to the penal code laws, does it not? Have you looked at that?
What you mean?
The statute of limitations. Where the fuck is that?
It was in the Constitution, I'm pretty sure. It's 30 civilian days or some shit. Yeah, 30 civilian days or the time of crime where crimes have been committed as charges.
Yeah, well, you don't have to press charges to impeach somebody or prove they've broken their oath, because if they break their oath, that means they can be impeached. So if you can prove they've done something, it doesn't say that it needs to be the law that's involved.
Yeah, I
It's
don't.
just
That's the issue. Is
impeachment.
I don't know how provable it is. I don't know how easy it is to see when he changed the taxes, when he changed the pay to certain things. You know what I mean?
Everything.
You could see all that.
Everything in this city is subpoenable. So what the fuck do you think this is? You think the government doesn't have every bit of information?
I talked to a higher up officer. They talked with Crane, and Crane said that they were not keeping track of it at the time.
Of what exactly? The car sales and the tax changes?
No, more so, yeah, the changes of when the mayor changes the taxes or when he changes the pay to certain industries.
Interesting.
They weren't
I got
tracking
a
it at
feeling
that
it's
time.
probably somewhat tracked.
I think they are now. I'm pretty sure there was something pushed after that.
Ah, interesting.
But
well, listen, I mean, I ain't the cop I used to be, so I can't really do nothing anyways. But, you know, either way, after this case is done tomorrow, you know, I think if we get enough shit to throw at these guys, we just do a class action lawsuit against the council or something. I mean, from what I've heard, there's a lot of people that are disgruntled with what's happened here, and, you know, some people are definitely capable of being impeached, at minimum. We're just going to make it happen. It'll happen. Hope she gets ocean dumped daily? Brother, listen. You sound like a fucking idiot. Alright? That sounds like such great roleplay. I am very